What if I told you that a paradise is currently a battleground? Would you believe me? In the far northeastern corner of India lies a gem called Manipur, a state of breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural heritage. Known as the Switzerland of India, Manipur is a land of vibrant festivals, classical dance, and sports like polo, which originated here. This scenic paradise, however, has been clouded by unrest and conflict for several decades now. What's at the heart of this conflict? Why has this paradise been turned into a battleground? To understand this, we need to delve into the underlying issues that have been fueling the unrest. At the core of the unrest in Manipur are territorial disputes and ethnic tensions. The state is home to several ethnic groups, each with its own distinct culture and identity. Over time, these diverse groups have found themselves embroiled in territorial conflicts, leading to tension and discord. These disputes are often rooted in historical claims, making them complex and challenging to resolve. Adding to this is the issue of insurgency. For years, Manipur has been grappling with insurgency, with various groups seeking greater autonomy or even independence. The presence of these insurgent groups has further fueled the unrest, leading to a cycle of violence and instability. And then there's the issue of economic disparity. Despite its natural beauty and cultural richness, Manipur remains one of the least developed states in India. Lack of job opportunities and economic growth has led to frustration among the youth, making them susceptible to the lure of insurgent groups. Now, you may wonder how a land of such beauty and cultural wealth turned into a site of conflict and unrest. The truth is, the unrest in Manipur is a complex issue, rooted in a mix of historical, political, and socio-economic factors. And so, the paradise turned into a battleground. But what sparked this transformation? A peaceful paradise doesn't turn into a battleground overnight. There's always a story behind it. Our tale begins in the early 1960s, when Manipur, a vibrant mosaic of diverse ethnic communities, started experiencing the first ripples of unrest. The Kuki-Naga clashes of the 60s marked the onset of a turbulent period that would transform the serene landscape of Manipur into a hotbed of violence. In the 70s, the situation escalated with the emergence of armed insurgent groups. Their objective was to establish a sovereign Manipur, free from Indian control. The state's response was the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, or AFSPA, implemented in 1980. This act, which granted the military sweeping powers, was met with widespread opposition and became a focal point of tension. The 90s ushered in a new era of conflict with the rise of ethnic violence. The Kuki-Naga clashes re-emerged, leading to a bloody period that resulted in significant loss of life and displacement of people. The violence between these two ethnic groups was rooted in territorial disputes and historical grievances, further fueling the fire of unrest. As we moved into the 21st century, the situation in Manipur continued to be volatile. In 2004, the brutal killing of Thangja Manorama, allegedly by the armed forces, sparked widespread protests. The infamous Mira Paibi, or Women Torchbearers, protest remains a stark symbol of the Manipuri people's resistance against alleged military excesses. The following years were marked by intermittent periods of calm and violence, with incidents of ambushes, bomb blasts, and protests becoming an unfortunate part of the state's narrative. The government's attempts at peace talks often ended in stalemates, with a lasting resolution seemingly out of reach. The past decade has seen an increasing shift towards economic blockades as a form of protest. The most notable of these was the 2016 economic blockade that lasted for over 4 months, creating a humanitarian crisis and deepening the divide between the hills and the plains. In the backdrop of these events, the voices of various sections of society have continued to echo their discontent and aspirations. The indigenous communities, the youth, the women, and the marginalized. Each has a narrative deeply woven into this tapestry of unrest. This sequence of events has left Manipur in a state of turmoil. But what are the underlying issues that fuel this unrest? Digging deeper beneath the surface, we find a web of complex issues that fuel the unrest in Manipur. Firstly, territorial disputes have been a long-standing issue in this region. The state of Manipur is home to diverse ethnic groups, each with its own unique culture, language, and history. These groups often have conflicting claims over territories, leading to disputes that are difficult to resolve. The tension between the Naga and Kuki tribes, for instance, has led to violent clashes in the past, leaving a deep scar on the social fabric of the state. Secondly, ethnic tensions add fuel to the fire. Manipur is a melting pot of diverse ethnic communities, notably the Meiteis, Nagas, Kukis, and Pangals, among others. Each group has its own aspirations, often leading to demands for autonomy or even separate statehood. These aspirations sometimes clash, escalating into violence and unrest. The ethnic divide is further exacerbated by a sense of alienation and discrimination felt by the tribal communities, adding to the state's volatile situation. Next, we have economic factors. Despite its rich natural resources, Manipur remains one of the least developed states in India. A lack of employment opportunities, poor infrastructure, and economic disparity have led to widespread dissatisfaction among the youth. This economic discontent often manifests as support for separatist movements, further contributing to the unrest. Lastly, political influences cannot be overlooked. Manipur's political landscape has been marked by instability and allegations of corruption. Political parties often exploit ethnic differences for electoral gains, further deepening divisions among communities. Furthermore, the imposition of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, or AFSPA, has been a contentious issue, with many arguing that it has led to human rights abuses and fueled resentment against the government. In addition to these, there are external influences to consider. For instance, the proximity to the international border makes Manipur susceptible to cross-border insurgency and illegal activities, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. But it's not all doom and gloom. Despite these challenges, the people of Manipur have shown remarkable resilience. They have faced these issues head-on, with a spirit of unity and determination that is truly inspiring. These complex issues have created a state of turmoil in Manipur. But what can be done to resolve these issues? Finding a solution to the unrest in Manipur isn't easy, but it's not impossible either. The road ahead, while fraught with obstacles, is also laden with opportunities for healing, reconciliation, and progress. The first step towards resolution lies in the hands of the government. It's essential for the government to acknowledge the complexities of the situation. It needs to understand and respect the unique cultural and historical context of Manipur. Only then can effective policies be formulated. This might involve devolution of power, economic reforms, or even constitutional amendments. But most importantly, it requires the will to listen, understand, and act in the best interest of the people of Manipur. The second step is fostering dialogue within the community. The unrest in Manipur isn't just a political issue, it's a social one. It's about different communities and their grievances, their histories, their aspirations. It's about the Meiteis, the Nagas, the Kukis, and all the other communities that call Manipur home. It's about their shared past, their contested present, and their uncertain future. A dialogue that acknowledges these complexities, that is inclusive and respectful, can pave the way for healing and reconciliation. The third step is international assistance. The global community has a role to play in helping Manipur find its way towards peace. This could be in the form of financial aid for developmental projects, technical assistance for governance reforms, or even mediation in peace talks. The international community can provide the resources, expertise, and perspective that can complement local efforts. The road ahead for Manipur is indeed steep, but it's not a summit that's insurmountable. It's a journey that requires patience, courage, and determination. It's a journey that demands the best from its leaders, its people, and its friends. It's a journey that, despite its challenges, holds the promise of a better tomorrow. While the path to peace in Manipur is challenging, it is a journey worth embarking on. So, what have we learned about the unrest in Manipur? We've unearthed the historical backdrop that has led to the current state of affairs. We've journeyed through the chronology of events, understanding how each incident has been a stepping stone to the next, creating a domino effect of violence and unrest. We've delved into the underlying issues, the deep-seated grievances and disputes that have fueled the fire of conflict. We've also envisaged the road ahead, acknowledging the complexities and challenges that lie in our path to peace. The journey is certainly not an easy one. It's an uphill battle, fraught with obstacles and setbacks, but it is a journey that needs to be taken, a path that needs to be trodden. Only by understanding the issues, recognizing the root causes of the conflict, can we hope to devise effective solutions. It's a process of healing and reconciliation, a process of transformation from a battleground to a peaceable paradise. By understanding the issues and working towards solutions, it's possible to turn the battleground back into paradise. The journey, though challenging, is one that we must embark on.